Attorney, are you advising your client properly? Because according to our rules, the refusal to answer any question which is not incriminatory to the resource persons, he can be cited in contempt. Alam nyo naman po siguro yan. So, kindly advise your lawyer kasi, yeah.
May I, Mr. Chair, repeat the question? I just would like Ms. Cassy please to answer me right now and to answer the committee, yes or no. Kilala ba niya si Rainier Chu? Sapagkat if she will not answer and invoke her right to silence, ibig sabihin, Mr. Chair, kilala niya si Rainier Chu. And I know, Mr. Chair, that she refuses to answer if she knows because there are some sensitive things that she knows about Pogo.
So your 30 seconds is up. Cassy, kilala mo ba si Mr. Rainier Chu?
Kakilala po.
Okay. Yun.
Pero po, again, hindi ko po siya, parang...
O yun ang susunod kong tanong. Ano ang pagkakilala mo sa kanya?
Again, hindi ko po siya sobrang close po.
Pero kilala ka niya. Hindi mo siya masyadong kilala, pero kilala ka niya at kilala ka niya na ikaw ay involved sa Pogo Hub.
Hindi ko
Again,
po,
sinayo mo na kanina na ang binayaran mo sa Pagcor Pogo involved ka. Please, Miss Ong, please. Sapagkat you have been answering, kahit noon pa, I was asking you, na sinasabi mo palagi, hindi ka involved sa Pogo, hindi mo alam ang Pogo. Right now, anyone can be caught in the mouth. Okay? A fish is always caught in the mouth. Unless otherwise, you use a net. Alright? So therefore, ngayon, inaamin mo sa committee ito na you know about Pogo. Inaamin mo na you lock it out, Pogo ang negosyo. Yes or no?
pwedeng pakiulit yung question.
Mr. Chair, ang lakas na ho ng boses ko para hindi nyo marinig yung sinabi ko Mahina din ba tenga mo? Ang lakas na ng boses ko Uulitin ko pa ba?
If I may,
Mr. Chair.
Congressman Nabante, if I may, just a few, Alam mo, Cassy, sa tingin ng marami naming mga kasamaan dito, ikaw ay ginamit na dami. Ikaw ay dami ng mga taong nasa likod nitong Pogo. Ang sunod na tanong, ikaw ba alam mo na illegal yung mga ginagawa o hindi? Kaya nga binibigyan ka namin ng pagkakataon. Dahil pwede mo namang sabihin na ginamit ka, na dami ka lang. Hindi ba? Kasi kung sasabihin mo, ipipilit mo na ikaw ay isang investor dyan, baka tanungin namin magkanong ininvest mo at hindi ka magsalita, mas mananagot ka sa amin. Pangalawa, saan galing yung pera mo? Diba, sinabi mo kanina, nabanggit mo sa mother mo. Na yung mother mo, I'm sorry to hear that, she passed away already. Pero tatanungin namin, saan galing? Yung mother mo ba may negosyo? Meron bang binabayad na buwis? Magkano bang naipon ng mother mo? Gusto mo bang umabot tayo sa ganun? Kaya alam mo, yung mga tanong na tinatanong ng mga kasamahan namin dito, kasi kami alam na namin na ikaw ay ginamit lang Ikaw ay dami ka lang dito. At merong mga tao na sa likod nito na hindi mo mabanggit for some reason. No, for some reason, hindi mo mabanggit kasi maaaring malapit sa'yo o hindi kaya ay kamag-anak mo, o hindi kaya ay boyfriend mo, o hindi kaya ay siya yung pilit mong tinatago sa amin. Di ba? Anong masasabi mo, Cassy?
Sa lahat po ng question na po, hindi po ako dami.
So, investor ka.
Yes po.
So, sige.
Mr. Chair.
Investor po ng ano?
Mr. Chair, again po, word win po. Mr. Chair,
Cassy, how much did you earn in totality being the incorporator of Whirlwind Corporation?
can I not disclose that po?
Simple question. You've been a incorporator of Whirlwind Corporation. Kung ikaw ay incorporator, siyempre, at least alam mo kung magkano. Sabihin na lang natin, nung nag-start ka ng, sa Whirlwind Corporation, nung 2019 yung sa 2022. So magkano yung kinita mo na doon? Nagbabayad ka ba ng income tax? Do you have an income tax return?
Ipatanong ko po sa tao ko. Basta,
Kasi you're handling so much money. Tapos, a simple income tax return, hindi mo masagot. So, be cooperative. Magsabi ka na kasi ng totoo sa amin. Kasi yun lang kami makakatulong sa'yo. Natatakot ka ba sa mga tao na kapaligid sa'yo? Hindi ka natatakot? Hindi ka natatakot makulong?
harapin ka ng boss,
Ha?
Mr. Chair.
Ano na?
If ever po there's a case against...
Haharapin mo na lang yung kaso.
Opo.
So in other words, you don't want to be protected by being cooperative to this committee, and you will face the music with the court. Is that what you're trying to say? Ay, ibig sabihin, mas gugusto mo pang harapin talaga yung kaso mo sa korte kaysa bigyan ka namin ng pagkakataon na maging parte ng aming pinaglalaban dito sa quad committee ito na mag-cooperate ka sa aming investigasyon. So, in other words, you will not be cooperating anymore by naming names. Yun lang naman hinihingi namin sa'yo kasi mga pangalan
Wala po ako may bibigay na pangalan, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chair,
Sige,
Mr. Chair,
Congressman Abante.
I'd like to make a motion that we invite Mr. Rainer Chu in this hearing, Mr. Chair. I so move.
There is a motion to invite Mr. Rainier Chu. Any second?
Second, Mr. Chair.
Duly seconded. No objections. Hearing no objections, the motion is carried. Comsec.
Oh, Mr. Chair, isa na lang tanong, no? Sinabi mo kanina, Mr. Chair, Miss Cassy, na ang involvement mo ay yung income rentals ng Whirlwind. Am I right? Oo.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
Tanong ko lang ganito. Yung income rentals per square meter, di ba? And per ulo operator. Am I right? Per ulo operator protection. Protection dito sa iyo at kay Mr. Wu.
No po.
Hindi.
Hindi po.
Wala
Wala
Sapagkat
po.
Ikaw ang kumukolekta Ikaw ang kumukolekta ng income rentals per square meter plus yung protection para kay Mr. Wu. Pakisagot na po.
Wala po.
Okay. Well, lastly, Mr. Chair, is your lawyer here right now an associate of Attorney Topacio? You are.
Yes po, Mr. Chair.
May I ask, Mr. Chair, why Attorney Topacio is not here today? Can the lawyer answer, please?
Your Honor, please, he has a previous commitment. He was supposed to be
ready for yesterday's hearing, but unfortunately it was transferred to today, Your Honor.
Well, Congressman Dan mentioned about what Attorney Topacio did to us. No? Would like to ask from you if Attorney Topacio owned this, I do not know if this is Facebook or whatever it is. It is called Yes, Yes, Yo. Does Attorney Topacio own this?
I understand, Your Honor, that he has a radio program, but I don't know if that is the one, Your Honor.
Oh, yes. It says right here, yes, yes, yo. Have a great weekend. And this is what Attorney Topacio is saying. You know, he is trying to appear like he is a young brat when he is actually a very good lawyer. And he is a friend even of this committee. I do not know why he has been saying things against us and bad things about us. Anyway, alam mo may kasabihan tayo, Attorney, Mr. Chair. Meron akong nabasang kasabihan. You know, never approach a bull in front and never approach a horse behind and never approach an idiot in any direction. Oh, bahala ka na, attorney, kung anong gusto mong isipin tungkol doon. You know? And the thing is, we're not going to, in a way, attack him for this. Gusto ko lang sabihin sa kanya, at we have a copy of all of this. I'm not actually offended, no? Nakakaano lang na the kind of very good lawyer he is. That he would appear like a young brat that does nothing but go against us who are seriously investigating this matter for the Filipino people. Para malaman po ng publiko ang katotohanan. Hindi po para sa amin. Mr. Chair, maraming salamat po. Yun lang gusto kong sabihin.
Thank you, Congressman Abante.
Mr. Chair,
Yes, Congresswoman Luis.
I just wish to add to the manifestation of the Honorable Abante that the reposting done by Yes, Yes, Yo, which we believe belongs to Attorney Topacio, constitute an act of contempt because that constitutes disrespect to the members of this committee. I hope that this is a reasonable warning for him. We are all members of the bar. We are not taught like this. We are not trained like this. We are bound to protect our legal profession. And this is not the way we should discharge our responsibility as members of the Philippine Bar. Kindly relay to Attorney Topacio.
I will, Your Honor.
Thank you, Congresswoman Luistro.
Mr.
Next,
Chair.
Yes, Congressman Keith Flores.
Earlier when I was questioning Ms. Ong, Mr. Chair, I asked her about the ITRs of Whirlwind. So now I would just like to make it into a motion, Mr. Chair, to compel Whirlwind Corporation through Ms. Cassandra Ong to submit the income tax returns of Whirlwind Corporation from the years 2019 to 2023, Mr. Chair, and also for the settlement of the estate of the mother of Ms. Cassandra Ong, Mr. Chair.
Okay, there is a motion to... Yes, sige, attorney.
May I please be recognized, Mr. Chair? Your
Okay,
Honor.
you're recognized.
Your Honor, please. One problem that Ms. Ong has been complaining is that her cell phone, Your Honor, contains so many of the documents, personal documents, official documents, and she has no other way to access this information. It is in her cell phone, in her iPad, Your Honor, please. It is in these devices are in the custody of the NBI. We have twice requested, Your Honor, from the office of Director Jaime Santiago. I am not sure if the answer of one of the NBI officers is official, that they will abide by the order of the Senate or of the Congress, of this Honorable House, if there is an order to return the said gadgets, Your Honor, please. So one reason why Ms. Ong finds it very hard to recall some data, Your Honor, please, is that she has no aid because she don't have hard copies of this, Your Honor, please.
Okay,
May
thank
we
you.
know, please, Your Honor, if there is any remedy from
Mr.
this
Chairman,
honorable body,
Mr.
Your Honor.
Chairman, if
Well,
I may.
the Quad Committee will make representations to DOJ and NBI and perhaps ask whether we can have the gadgets of Miss Cassandra Ong be turned over to her. Of course, we will abide by what the DOJ would advise us. So, but be assured that the Quad Committee will make representations to DOJ and NBI.
May I...
Mr. Chair.
Sorry.
Yes, Congressman Fernandez.
Kasi, ano yun, iPhone? Meron kang iCloud? Meron kang cloud? Di ba?
Opo, iPhone po, pero wala siyang... hindi ko po
Hindi
kasi...
ka naka-cloud?
Hindi siya naka-shared po eh. So
All
once
the
na...
documents that you put on your cellphone, hindi siya automatic sharing sa cloud? Are you sure?
Yes po. I can prove it naman pag nandyan po yung ano.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, let me amend my
So-
motion, Mr. Chair.
Yes, Congressman Flores.
So that we will not interfere with the investigation of the NBI and not retrieve the cell phone, maybe just direct the BIR office concerned, Mr. Chair,
Okay.
to furnish us with copies of the ITR.
Is BIR here? Meron bang representative ng BIR? Yeah, in the last hearings, ito. Can you state your name?
I am Attorney Scanton Orculio from the Bureau of Internal Revenues, Legal and Legislative Division, Mr. Chair.
Okay, there is a request from Congressman Flores with respect to the ITR of the Whirlwind Corporation and Miss Cassandra Leong on the periods
2019 to 2023, Mr. Chair.
2019 to 2023. Can you provide this committee those information?
Unfortunately, Mr. Chair, they are protected by Section 270 of the Tax Code, which prohibits the BIR or any of its officers from divulging tax returns and other information of a taxpayer to anyone, sir. It is a criminal liability for us. But if we could ask Mr. Chair for a written permission from Ms. Cassandra.
BIR doon sa hinihingi ni Congressman Flores na income tax return mo ng Whirlwind Corporation at saka yung estate ng mother mo, yung mother mo. Naintindihan mo ba 'yon?
Yes po, Mr. Chair. Pwede ko pong konsultahin muna yung lawyer ko about that po, Mr. Chair.
Attorney, please advise your client. And let us wait for the letter of Cassandra Ong to giving permission to the BIR to release these documents. In the meantime, we would like to ask the lawyer to please advise your client that before the day ends, before this hearing ends, may we be informed as to the decision of your client. Salamat. Thank you.
Mr. Chair,
Congresswoman Luistro.
can I have a short inquiry with AMLA?
Okay. Please proceed.
May we know the status of the cases filed already against Cassandra Ong?
Good afternoon,
What
Your
cases
Honor.
have you filed so far with Cassandra Ong?
Good afternoon, Your Honor. For Cassandra Ong, we have filed a money laundering complaint last Friday, Your Honor.
And in your mandate, AMLA, have you tried to look into the bank deposits of Cassandra Ong?
Your Honor, that is part of the ongoing investigation. But with respect to the money laundering complaint last Friday, we have limited ourselves to the transaction of Ms. Alice Go.
I understand, however, Mr. Chair, that in the charter of AMLA, there are crimes, offenses when you can look into the bank accounts as exception to bank secrecy law without a court order. Is it the opinion of AMLA that this one belongs to the exception?
That is correct, Your Honor. The predicate offenses relied upon in filing the money laundering complaint is qualified trafficking in person, SRC violation, and estafa, Your Honor.
In other words, Mr. Chair, the AMLA confirms that because of human trafficking, SEC regulation violation, and estafa, there is no need for AMLA to secure a court order for them to look into the information of all the bank deposits of Cassandra Ong. Does the AMLA confirm?
May I be clarified, Your Honor?
Yes,
With the
please.
existence of those predicate offenses, we are allowed to go to the Court of Appeals to apply for a bank inquiry. And it is the Court of Appeals with these predicate offenses which should authorize us to look into the bank accounts, Your Honor.
Can we be enlightened? How soon do you secure the order from the Court of Appeals for you to be able to get into this information?
For the PORA case, Your Honor, the investigation is still ongoing, and we are seeing that we would be able to file in the next coming weeks, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, I am referring to the order to be issued by the Court of Appeals. I think that will be directed to the banking institutions to allow the AMLA to look into the bank deposits or transactions of Ms. Cassandra Ong. Gaano po ba katagal bago kumuha ng order na ito? Does it take weeks, months? Please enlighten us.
Your Honor, under the Anti-Money Laundering Act, once an application for bank inquiry is filed or a petition for freeze, the Court of Appeals is given 24 hours to issue an order whether to grant or to deny the petition, Your Honor.
And may we confirm whether the AMLA has filed already?
Your Honor, for the PORAC Pogo case, we are still gathering information. The investigation is still being conducted, Your Honor. Under the AMLA, Your Honor, we have to prove certain elements, the existence of the predicate offense, the proceeds, the transaction, among others, Your Honor. So that is where the investigation is leading to, Your Honor.
And in your humble opinion, Mr. Chair, do you honestly believe that your application will merit the positive action of the Court of Appeals for you to be able to look into this bank information?
With the evidence thus gathered, Your Honor, the AMLAC is confident that once filed in court, it will be granted by the Court of Appeals, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, if I may proceed, in addition to the documents which were requested already by the Honorable Keith Flores, let this representation add the following documents which were mentioned. Where is she? By Cassandra Ong. Because earlier she said,
Chairman,
suspension, Mr. Chair.
since wala pa si Cassandra, can I ask the AMLA?
Okay.
Chairman. Yung case na final nyo doon kay Cassandra Ong, malinaw. You have a case filed against Cassandra Ong or Alice Go?
It is against Alice Go together with Cassandra Ong, Your Honor.
And it covers Bamban, Tarlac.
It's about the Bamban case.
How
Your
about the PORAC, in which Cassandra Ong is involved?
That is the case that is still being investigated by our office.
Timeline tayo. Please.
Next week, 2 weeks? At most 2 weeks, Your Honor. At most.
2 weeks from now. Then, the next is Court of Appeals na.
Hopefully within the next 2 weeks, Your Honor, we'll be filing a bank inquiry petition before the Court of Appeals, Your Honor.
So, eto for the record, ulit, Bamban pa lang po. Sinama nyo na si Cassandra Ong.
Yes, Your Honor. It's a joint investigation by the AMLAC, by the NBI, and PAOK, Your Honor.
Sa Porac, Pampanga, sinong mga subject dun?
For the PORAC, Your Honor, with your kind indulgence, we cannot disclose the persons
Okay.
being
Since
investigated, Your Honor.
just this morning you asked for an executive session to appraise us. So, Mr. Chairman, we'll just schedule an executive session with the AMLAC. Ang request lang po namin, bilisan po natin. Kasi, nakafocus pa kami sa budget. Ang Quadcom, this is now our fourth hearing. Hopefully, sana, in the fifth or sixth hearing, medyo na-file na natin. Tapos may reply na from the Court of Appeals.
Will do po, Your Honor.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you.
Chair.
Yes, please
I
proceed.
just wish to clarify from AMLA because my understanding is Cassandra Ong is implicated in Porac, Pampanga. How come she was included in the case in Bambantarlac?
That is based on the investigation conducted by the NBI and PAOK, Your Honor, that she's part of this conspiracy in the commission of the crime in Bamban case, Your Honor.
In other words, does AMLA confirm na wala pang kasong nakafile pertaining to Whirlwind and Lucky South?
Insofar as the money laundering aspect, Your Honor, is concerned, none so far, Your Honor.
Mr. Chair, can we pursue the waiver that was previously committed by Cassandra Ong to execute for herself and in behalf of the corporation? Because there is misrepresentation when she said that cases have been filed against her already, when the truth of the matter is her implication is with respect to Bambantarlac and not with respect to Porac, Pampanga. I respectfully move, Mr. Chair, that we pursue the prior commitment of Cassandra Ong to execute a waiver, at least if not for herself, in her representation for Lucky South and Whirlwind Corporation, Mr. Chair.
We will ask her directly, Your Honor, as soon as she comes back, and ask for her commitment again, whether she is willing to sign that waiver in order for us to be able to examine.
Mr. Chair, I just wish to express this frustration that during the last hearing, she seemed to be so sincere in her intention to execute the waiver, only for me to realize today that she just wanted us to withdraw the contempt order and the detention order in the women's correctional. So I find it actually as an act of contempt, Mr. Chair, but I understand the technical gaps, the challenges of the Secretariat. Nonetheless, I wish to manifest that we be ready with our templates so that if there are commitments expressed by the resource speakers, we have it signed right away, especially when the resource speaker is duly accompanied and assisted by her own lawyer, Mr. Chair.
Yes, we take note of the manifestation of Congresswoman Luistro, and may I direct the COMSEC to please follow the suggestion of Congresswoman Luistro as far as the template for whatever commitment, whatever statement to be made by the witness before a committee hearing of the Quadcom.
And Mr. Chairman, if ever that she will not take her oath on that sign waiver before a notary public, I will move to cite Ms. Cassandra Ong in contempt and assign her in the Mandaluyong correctional.
At
for
the
that matter,
appropriate
Mr.
time,
Chairman.
Congressman Fernandez, at
Yes,
the appropriate time,
Mr. Chair.
we will decide on that after we exhaust all possible way to get information from Ms. Cassandra Leong. And if she does not cooperate and we feel that she has committed a contemptible act, then the committee will, if they so desire, will cite her for contempt. So, but before that, we continue with our interpellation, and the next to interpellate is Congressman Zia, and then Congressman Akop, and then Congressman Paduano, and then Congresswoman Swansing. Congressman Zia, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Assalamu alaikum. Mr. Chair, I'd like to direct my question to Ms. Cassandra Ong. Is she available? Ana, nasa CR?
1 minute
Why
suspension.
is the toilet break so long, Mr. Chair? This will agitate the Honorable Adjong.
1 minute suspension. Let me remind also the honorable members that we have several resource persons we invited for today's committee hearing. It's not just, I know how eager we are all to hear from Cassandra Leong, but there are other resource persons here that you may wish to ask and propound questions. So please, do not forget them. Is Cassandra Ong here? Is she back?
Mr. Chair, while we are waiting for Cassandra Ong, I wish to ask Ms. Baterna. Ms. Baterna, nakikinig ka naman kay Cassy Ong, di ba? Si Cassy Ong ba nagsasabi ng totoo? Oo o hindi? Answer the question, please.
Hindi ko po alam, Madam Chair.
Are you listening to her?
Yes po, Madam Chair.
O, ang sabi niya, wala daw siyang kinalaman sa Pogo, sa Lucky South. Is she telling the truth?
Hindi ko po alam, Madam Chair.
Of course, she's lying because that is contrary to your prior testimony. May I proceed to Cassy Ong, Mr. Chair? Just a couple of questions.
Congresswoman Luisa, can we give her 3 minutes? She has to, I think she's not feeling well.
Mr. Chair?
The doctors in the house will, saan? Andito. 1 minute suspension.